Hi, wine time video. I'm having a glass of wine. Uh, yeah, I watched it for 3 minutes before I was furious, and I thought, no, this is just going to destroy the week, let alone just my day. Um, the only good thing that's come out of that video, is it gives me a perfect way to exemplify the difference between what I'm suggesting and what he and pretty much everybody else is suggesting. And it's all in the first 30 seconds. Or however long, but where he says, if you want to do something, then it's up to you. You have to get off your butt and do it yourself. And do you notice how he forces, it's up to you. If you want to do it, if you want to be the best, if you want to be everything you can be, then it's up to you. I'm actually not saying that. I'm saying it's up to Boomba. It's true. I'm actually saying everything has happened that's positive in the last couple of days has largely been due to Boomba, and she wouldn't even know she's working, helping. She doesn't know. But what's actually happening between us is I'm just learning so much, and you probably are too. But what's actually the environment that we're creating is, and I think this is what I'm sensing, that you have to. Well, yeah, you can do it by yourself. Yeah. You bust a go. Jackie, for example. Oh, the wake, the devastation she's left in a wake. I'm part of the rubbish. Yeah, she'll get there and just destroy everything in her path. Um, Everything and everybody, probably. Uh, Me, I, I, I sort of think of a solution. An environment. So if I say, come on, boom, lift me up, and I'll lift you up, and we lift one another up. That's good. That feels better. Oh, nice and warm. It's like getting a nice warm hot tub, isn't it? Oh, happy having a glass of wine, and coming, oh, gee, that'd be good. You want to do that? So you send me some videos. I say, oh, yeah, it's just, now, gee, boom, that was interesting because I, don't take offence, but I can't understand why I watched this one, and I just got bored of that one. And then I thought, well, no, I suppose this one relates to my life, and yeah, it's sort of relevant. Like the mule is talking about basically boom and my relationship. Um, yeah, I'm interested, so I'll watch it all the way through, and then there'll be others there that I just can't see. It doesn't has no relevance to my life at all, so I get bored with it, turn it off. And I say, look, thanks for the vids, but that's what happened with this one, and we learned something from that. And you go, oh yeah, I see. Oh, okay, yeah. And we talk about, the alarm clock thing. Yeah, it's still relevant, but there's a spillover because you can still remember how you felt a couple, 2 or 3 years ago, whereas I can't. It's too long ago, and it's just lost all relevance. Yeah, I can remember the same feeling, the same emotions, but a long, long time ago, it's just no longer applicable at all. Yeah. So, but then where's all the hard work and busting a gut and that sort of thing? And really, when it gets down to advertising on YouTube or anywhere else, they say it. Number one is relevance. Be relevant. So if you're not relevant, yeah, you can forget it. You just don't be there. Wasting time. You can do everything else right, and cross all the T's, dot all the I's, do all of that. But if you're not relevant, forget it. That's 90% of it, not relevance. Yeah, so that proved. I got more from the videos and the discussions we had about them this morning than I'll ever get from what he was suggesting. It's so old-fashioned. Sorry, it's one of those things that sounds right. It sounds like the way you've got to do it, and get off your butt and push and drive and do all that sort of thing. And I'm finding I'm not that I've done anything. I'm so relaxed about it. I don't feel like I need to do anything. I'm sort of waiting till everybody's almost finished, and then I'm just going to maybe do a web page. Or then again, maybe I was right. Maybe I'm just as nervous as all hell. But I just can't believe how relaxed I am, or how I'm just not wanting to work. But where's the push? I'll get the thing done. I sort of first came across it with Sue with accounting, and she was pushing, working. Oh, this is fucking boring. Can't stand it. So I used to try, and the teachers were saying, "Oh, you've got to put in 1,500 hours a week. You've got to put, like this guy was saying, you want to do it, you want to get into a game, you got to put in the hours." And I'd say, yeah, fuck that. I just want to drive around and have fun. So I'd spend a couple of minutes, 90 seconds usually, about a minute and a half, and we look at a topic and what is it? Seems like it means this. Looks like the problem is some things. They're checking. Something like this. But she goes, oh yeah, that makes sense. Blah, blah, blah. And we'd spend about a minute or two on each subject. And then she'd go and do a 40-minute exercise. And it used to give me the shits because I thought, what you do? Why you got to do the exercise? And she said, well, to prove that I know. And I said, okay, you know it. And we'd spend 2 minutes. I was like, let's go for a drive. And it was just, that's how we worked. And she was getting 100%. She was topping the course. And it's a bit like the track book. That's where it sort of all started. It got fucked up later, but that's where it was that easy at first because I didn't want to. It was boring. And these people going everywhere with a basket full of books. No, fuck that. Is it necessary? Really? But somehow I lucked on because I didn't want. But we were in a much better mood between us then. And later came the, no, you got to work hard, you got to drive hard, you got to do this, you got to, like this guy was saying, and just ruined everything. But back in those days, it was like you and I are working. It's very nice, tell you. Yeah, we get on to some subjects like the glitter or something, not savoury. But I'm trying to get you to understand that this is. I don't know whether they want to work that way. But you and I are just, I hate to say it, but it's just whatever's happening between us, it's just all good. And there's no effort. I'm not knocking myself out. You're not knocking yourself out. I told you. I woke up in the middle of the night. I couldn't get to sleep last night. I was laughing. I was lying in bed thinking everything we were doing was funny. And yet here we are, rocketing ahead like you can't see it because it doesn't appear like we're rocketing ahead, but I know we are. We're zooming. And even today, it's just that relevance thing. Not even trying. And I just thought, yeah, and I'd heard it. Yeah, that's definitely right. Gee whiz, look at that. And which made me think, that's different photos for different situations, different market groups. Yeah, really make sure they're seen, if you're aiming at a grandmother, then make sure you've got an older woman there with the kid. Spend the money, get the photos, and because that's what they'll see. That'll be the grandmother. We'll advertise to the grandmother, and we'll see a grandmother with the child help somebody you love. What's she going to do? No, I'm not going to help my grandkids. Bullshit. Ask me later. I just got a message for VideoPad. Yeah, but where's all the strain? Where's all the Brumby, I gotta do this. You gotta do it. You'd be like, just think of the meal. Like, what do you want to fucking do? Just imagine the old guy yelling at the mule. Yeah, you gotta fucking do it. You gotta get off your ass, mule. What's the mule say? Fuck off. I'm gonna have a sleep. Yeah, see. So what did he do? He used the old carrot, the carrot. Come. But no, I don't even do that. It's just, if I just give you a lift, make you feel better, and if you make me feel better, and I give you the idea, just make me feel better. So then you do things, and because I'm feeling better, I'm looking for opportunities. And I thought, well, when you sent the music before, I can never see an opportunity in that. But the vids, today I just looked and I thought, okay, no, she wants me to watch this. So come on, watch it. They don't take a couple of minutes. They're fun anyway. And then I started learning from them. I thought, yeah, gee whiz. Yeah. So it's not only a bit of fun, but I was picking it up. But I mean, we're just chatting. There's no great strain or effort. I don't think so. Is there any push in my voice? Am I sort of trying to shove it down your throat? Oh, you've got to do this. That's why I couldn't watch it anymore. I don't want to listen to it. I've heard so many people talk about it, and I don't hear anybody just talking nice and calmly. It was something that's a bit unusual, but because you wouldn't think this would work. How's that going to work? The same as with accounting. Why can't you just, put a list of sales and another list of costs? Yeah, that's what everybody thinks. That's what I try to address, And that's why, universities and what have you overcome it by, you've got to spend 50 hours a week learning this by parrot fashion. Do you? Just because you've got it around back to front, debits and credits, so you put the debits first, credits second. Yeah, right. Yeah, so, no, I didn't listen. I won't, don't send me anymore. I'll just tell you the same thing. So as they said, big difference is they're saying the person has to do it. The only person that can do it is them. I'm saying, no, you need a friend. You need somebody to help you. Because only when somebody helps you can they sort of make your life a bit better. So you're in this nice, like being in the hot tub. That's nice. You know, and so you think, well, okay, do something nice. Yeah, because, yeah, what about that? What about that? Otherwise, you're out in the cold. You know, yeah, sounds good, isn't that? Brisk, 4 a.m. Doing star jumps in the snow. That's the way I do it. Kill and crush and I mean, no, I say just enjoy your life. Have a bit of fun along the way. Yeah, you're still working. Still getting there, probably a lot quicker and more. But it's taking a long time for me to to actually get this to happen. Believe it or not. But if I can see how much you and I have achieved in the last week, and you would not even think we've done anything because it doesn't look like that guy's going on. Yeah, see, you're pushing it. Oh, watch it, please. Yeah. Oh, you get so much from it. Yeah, a pain in the ass. That's what I got. I actually got angry. I started scratching my head and I was like, I'm going to just turn this shit off. I can't stand listening to it. Yeah. So whereas you think, oh, yeah, Bob will like this, I've heard it a million times before. Same shit. And it never works. It's the same as get this vision in mind of, that's the way to do it. Yeah, I was a millionaire before I was 30. So fucking what? Really, so what? How good is the world? Yeah. How happy are people? How happy are you? How happy am I? Yeah, now, see, if you do it, getting lifting my spirits and stuff, I can't get to sleep at night because I'm laughing too much. He's sleeping soundly. Had a good night's sleep last night. Yeah, because he's exhausted. I was actually having a great time. That's what he said. That's the thing you shouldn't be doing. You shouldn't be having a good time. You shouldn't be enjoying yourself. No. Well, look at the future. Yeah, and I went on and got booted out of the room in the end. But it just sort of brought home to me from what happened last night. And then some of the vids you sent today. It's also making me see life. And because I was in such a great mood, I was able to see now what I'm doing in the room, what I like doing, and Kurt does too, is we get all the cams lined up and we see if we can make the girls laugh. Yeah. And now anybody else is like, oh God, you're talking to other people. And, jeez, little wonder people are jealous. And how do TV stars get on? They're really the same thing. You've got all these screens and they're watching people laugh. But what's the difference? It doesn't mean to say I'm sleeping with them or that I love them or anything else like that. It just means I'm just having a joke with them and trying to get, and men too, no, not just women, I'm trying to get the whole room to have a laugh. And then along comes this thing, and I think it's what do you call him, a lady boy, tranny. Yeah, and she's got the cam poked straight at the tits. It's huge tits. And I look at it and I think, I can't make tits smile, so I've got no interest in it. But a lot of the other blokes, that's all they want to do is see tits and pussy. So fair enough. So they don't like people like me. But I like seeing faces, only because then I can make them laugh, and that's the challenge for me. It's like, gotcha. That's the little game I play, and Kurt does it too. There's no sex involved. We're not doing it for sex. We talk about sex, but I mean, sex is an easy thing, to talk about. So, because all the conversations around sex, not that, it's just a way, it's a humour it's just bullshit. We're not, we talk about hot PMs and what we do and what we'd like to do with one another and that sort of thing. But it's just getting, all we're after is a smile. And that's what we do it for. Until, I got booted out of the room because she wanted me looking at her tits. I'm just not interested in the tits. I couldn't give a shit about tits. I find them quite boring, to be honest. All these guys going off about it, I think, Or pussy, the same thing. I actually get embarrassed when friends, oh, Jesus, don't show me. I don't really want to see it. I want to see you smile. I love making you smile. Tina, I love making you smile. She's good fun. Yeah, but, yeah, but that's sort of, it's different. Yeah, but I just couldn't watch that. I gave it a shot though. I thought I gave it a whole 3 minutes, and I just couldn't stand him. The forcing, the pressure, the shouting, the yelling. It was boring. Sorry, it's just it actually, and it doesn't work. But see, I know you won't believe it because this is your left brain. The left brain is actually not only talking, it has all images, and this is the way it's 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 the way you do it. Yep, image. It just fits with. Yep. It's young, strong, tall. Yep, image. See, he's right. Bob, look at him, old, red face, fat, just quietly talking, chat about all over the place. Yeah, that I haven't seen any of those. You'd be thinking, I haven't seen anybody being successful like Bob. But no, this bloke is really. Yeah, I've seen lots of guys like him. Yeah, I'm sure you have. And yeah, and yeah, they'd get there. Look, you can actually keep accounts by adding up, just putting in all your ins and outs, in a book, or a piece of paper. You can do it. Yeah, I'm not saying you can't do it. It's not a very successful way to do it or a good way to do it. And I gave up doing it in, I think it was 1100 AD, but a lot of people still try it. There's nothing, and really, yeah, the double entry system is really quite confusing at first, so it makes sense to just put down all your ins, all the money come in, all the money that's gone out. Actually, when you think about it, that's exactly what they're doing in the double entry system. All the money's come in, where it's gone or where it was used. I just never explained that one. Yeah, so I don't imagine you'll ever believe me. I don't think it even matters. Because there's a part of you, and it's probably your right-hand side, that does believe me. And she's doing everything right. So I don't give a fuck whether you believe me, left-hand side. Sorry. Just as so long as it just keeps flowing through like this, it's just beautiful. But no. See, yeah, that guy that you were talking about, he's in the left brain. That's what's called a left brain. Really dominant, bossy, pushing around, talking. Yeah. Logic, big on logic. Yep, well, it makes sense, doesn't it? Yes, that's right. That's why you will win. Watch my video as I raw a few more, get a few more muscles. Yeah, it's left brain stuff. Yep, all left brain. Yeah, no, right brain is sort of, oh, gee, that's interesting. And your right brain just sending them all, just shipping, Bob, I found this one, okay. So then I'll look and, gee, why am I watching this one or that one? Because what you're probably picking up on is, well, you like one of them, one of the vids, that gave him a lift. So why don't I send him some more? But what's happening is it's morphing from one thing into another. And I'm not looking at, it was funny, wasn't it? No, I'm learning from it. And it's given me a platform that I can learn from. Something like with music I couldn't. But with this, yeah, I could see why I was watching some and not others. Yeah. See? So it's it just doesn't seem right. That's the thing with right brain. When you look at your foot, you think, fuck, and then you look at the drawing and you think, and then you look at your foot, you think, no, it can't possibly be right. And it's only later, when it goes cold, an hour or two later, you pick it up and you go, fucking hell, that's my foot. That's only when it looks like it. That's the trick with it. Yeah, but what normally happens is people think, oh, draw a foot, so that you say, look at your foot and draw every line and contour, and you look down at your foot for a couple of seconds, and you go, yeah, okay, and then you just concentrate on it, you draw it on a piece, there's a foot, there's my foot, and you come back 2 hours later, and that doesn't look like a foot at all. It looks like a cartoon drawing of a foot, but it doesn't actually look like your foot. But when you learn to draw, when you learn to look backwards and forwards, it's got the hair and the moles and the toenail and everything. It's just, fuck, did I do that? Whereas if you don't really look at your foot, you just get this outline. It looks sort of, it's enough to say that's a foot, but it doesn't actually look like it. That's what I mean, a symbol. Yeah, that's a foot, because what you're drawing is a symbol out of your left-hand side. And yeah, feet look like this, don't they? Bang. Yeah, and that's what I mean. That's when you're drawing your left-hand side, you're drawing a symbol. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the left-hand side, but that's the difference. So, yeah, you would be, if you're in right brain, which you are, I know, I can sense it. The problem is your left-hand side. So, no, you guys have got it wrong. It's fuck no. Really what you're saying to me is, no, look, go and watch this guy because he knows what he's doing. You two don't. I'm talking about my right brain to your right brain. And your left brain is saying, no, idiots, go and watch this guy. Yeah. And we're saying, no, we're fine, thanks. We're just going hunky-dory. Yeah, we got the idea here. We're shipping through. Yep, see what you mean. Yep, I'm learning fast. Your right brain would say, yep, I'm picking up stuff real fast here. This is good. This is how I like to work. Yeah. So, I don't know. That's, and you'll fight against it. Everybody does. Because I can't, well, I suppose I could if I did a whole presentation. And give you the reasoning why it would work. I don't even know what that is, nor am I going to spend the time trying to figure it out. So I'll just cruise along with you. But I know what I'm doing. I know what's happening here between us. But it's very important for one reason or another to keep our spirits up. Don't let them get down. Don't get bogged down into the. Oh, I suppose it makes sense because once you start arguing, who does the arguing? That's right, old Lefty, the talker, the logicer. Yep, he's in there. Yeah, well, I'm fucking trying to tell you, and then my left brain gets involved as well. So that's probably the reason. Keep them out of it. Just keep them out of it. Let the right brain sort of thing. Okay, so do that, do this. Yeah, right. Yeah, that website looks okay. Yeah, that, and we're doing it between us. You don't even know it. Go back to that vid, and the blue guy, I think, wasn't he? He was in there. Yeah, okay, yep. The idea is, as they pointed out in the end, to get the two together. But I think a better representation would be that the left feeds through the information, the data, it sort of inputs into the right, and the right does all the. So you just feed, the left's function is to feed into it. Like I don't know whether you watched that video or not. How it was at the track book. How the left reads the words and then the right looks at the diagrams. Okay, so the left sort of programs the right, and the right looks at the spatial relationships in the diagrams, that sort of thing, and organises it on that side. Yeah, so I don't know whether that's a good explanation of it or not, but. I'm sure as hell not going to be yelling and screaming at you, trying to shove it at you, because you don't do that in right brain. It's very, well, as you saw in the vid, it's when you first start off, it's very uncertain. You sort of, gee, I'm not too sure. As time goes on, you put the two together, and you just come up with a very balanced sort of, I don't know, I suppose you end up looking like I'm looking at the moment. But, to the uninitiated, to the novice, yeah, I don't look like he does. I'm not the symbol of a successful entrepreneur, power on an entrepreneur, and that ends up with marital problems that, well, I've had them too, but I mean, it all usually fucks up. And I don't want any more fuck ups, so I'm quite happy going the way I'm going. But this is where Sue and I started off. This is where I got the idea of it, with helping her with her accounting stuff. And it went so well, and people were just, they thought she was a genius. It was all subjects. I was using the same technique with all subjects, but you're sort of doing it too. You've somehow gotten onto it as well. It's similar to what I was doing, pretty much the same actually. And it's yeah, and they just couldn't fucking believe it. It was just the way we were approaching it, and it was good. And I wanted to try and, exploit it, but that's when it fucked up. And it's only, sort of I wasn't through most of what happened later. When I was helping with accounting, I was like this. And, really relaxed and just, come on, can we just go for a drive? Let's go up the river and lie in the sun or just go for a walk or something. This is before we had the kids. And yeah, I was just, yeah, let's do that. But I couldn't think of how to exploit it. But it was nice. It was a lovely way to live. Very productive. But it was a lovely way to live. And then it got all horrible and just went to shit. And Jackie became just like that guy, only 100 times worse. And just absolute antithesis of what I was suggesting. Total opposite. And it just destroyed everything. Just did a beautiful job of destroying it. Because she believed it was right. Yeah, like you, you believe it was right. I don't. I just can't stand it. I almost vomit. Yeah. But that's, just stick around for a little bit because you'll see how it'll work. I don't get much more excited than this. It's good. And you just think, and you won't even know what you're doing. I'm telling you, and then once you start trying, that's when you'll fuck it. I'm guarantee I said it too. It's just, this is why I'm trying to get you there before your left gets a chance. Oh, right now we better do this. Yeah, that's when it goes. Yeah, that's how it all. Not like that at all. And I wasn't going to watch any more of it because I was really starting to get angry, and that's the angriest I've been in 3 or 4 days. It was really starting to piss me off, big time, really big time. Yeah, stick with me. You'll understand. It'll take a while, and you won't believe it. No, it doesn't bother me that you don't believe it, but we'll get there. Anyway, I might even start the webpage. What do you think? I should do, shouldn't I? I know I am holding off. Am I nervous? Or do I just don't feel like working? I don't know. I might just try and get in there and see how I feel after 20 minutes. Might be just a case of can't get in there. Anyway, we'll find out. Talk later.